Marlene Gold and Mary O'Sullivan are committing fraud on the record, in their own words, and Madga Deconinck. Marlene Gold states, "I want to note for the record that both Mr. Romanelli and Rosemary Carroll have been notified that if they want to add any material to the material to be submitted to the 1B board, they may do so as evidenced that this regularly occurs." Rosemary Carroll took advantage of this and submitted a host of documents to the 1B board so that no one should misunderstand and believe that only selected documents were available to the 1B board doctors. Can anyone believe this? Here's the chairman of the Fire Department Pension Board stating this, Marlene Gold, on record. I will also note in this memo, it seems possible, Marlene Gold goes on to state, that two of the documents appended to Miss Carroll's 717 memo may not have been before or may not have been signed by the 1B board. And if she wishes to have additional material seen by the 1B board, she should send them to Miss Mary O'Sullivan, and Mary will include them in the records of the 1B board. I'm wondering, what did Marlene Gold mean when she said signed by the 1B board? Signed by the 1B board. I don't have any records signed by the 1B board. On 6/10/1991, the fire department holds another fire department 3-man medical board involving me. This 3-man medical board follows my actual retirement medical board that was dated 3/8/1990. This new date again is now 6/10/1991. This same board finds that my disability is the same. Multiple disc injuries with cervical and lumbar radiculopathy due to my fire accident. Signed off by the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Jones. Rosemary Carroll sent this important medical report findings to Marlene Gold and Mary O'Sullivan, but was again held back from the 1B Medical Board. Rosemary Carroll also sent a memo dated October 3rd to Marlene Gold and Mary O'Sullivan to have 10 medical reports for the 1B board to review concerning my case. Again on 10/7/91, Rosemary sent another memo to Marlene Gold and Mary O'Sullivan, again directing to have these 10 medical documents and reports included, which included updated MRIs, updated EMG reports, and all the reports to attribute my injuries to my fire accident. Also in this memo was a newspaper article, was on the front page of the Brooklyn Spectator, where a picture was taken of me when I was on a stretcher being put into the ambulance. That was also part of the memo, the record to be included. That was never looked at or read either. That was totally thrown out. On January 7th, 1991, Mary O'Sullivan sends my attorney a signed receipt that the 1B board again reviewed these records, these 10 medical documents. They never read them, they were held back. Some were destroyed, some were never read. Some of them never went to the court records. And I'm still denied my pension. Now on October 16th, 1991, again, the 1B Medical Board writes their 4th decision this time. Marlene Gold and Mary O'Sullivan again hold back these 10 medical documents, continuing fraud that don't stop. The 1B board never reads them, and it is not mentioned in this new 1B board report. Which is required by law. Now the 1B board changes my disability a fourth time, and now they take away my previous neck and back disability, and now I'm diagnosed. They changed my disability to a, quote, significant pain syndrome. Significant pain syndrome. No doctor ever diagnosed me with this condition. How could 3 doctors on a pension board write a disability that nobody ever diagnosed me with? It's impossible. It can't happen. I mean, it happened. Now they state my disability is not related to any previous injury in this report, and my injury is unrelated to my fire department activities. The problem again with this continuing fraud, is no doctor again ever diagnosed me with this condition, ever. And the 1B board still had never examined me at any time, nor had they ever sent me out again for an orthopedic examination or a neurological examination, like they do with all other firefighters. I'm sure by now the 1B board doctors didn't write these reports, but I still can't prove it yet. On the now a Board of Trustees meeting takes place on October 28th with Commissioner Gold again. Commissioner Gold states, in this case there is a handout. I believe the member had specifically requested that we look at the case today. I just call to your attention the new certificate dated October 16, 1991. At this juncture it appears that the 1B board has indicated that the member is disabled due to, I quote, significant pain syndrome. Marlene Gold goes on to state, I don't believe we have had many cases involving this. I am not sure that we have had any since I have sat on this board, and I know that there are several prior certificates which talk about cervical problems. What about my back problems? So my suggestion would be to remand this case back to the 1B board to see if they could give us some further information about the nature of this pain syndrome and the basis for their findings, and whether it or not it requires the member to see an independent consultant. Gee, you think maybe I should have been sent out to an independent consultant? They weren't going to let me see an independent consultant. They didn't want me to get my disability. Marlene Gold remands this back to the 1B board about the pain syndrome referred to in this matter. Of course Marlene Gold never heard of a pain syndrome because no doctor ever diagnosed it. But they let it go on. It don't stop. The fraud just continued on 10/28/91. The Board of Trustees held another meeting on my case, and this time they illegally do not inform my attorney or I that they're holding the Board of Trustees meeting, which was on this October 28th board meeting. We were never notified. That is illegal, that is fraud.